This length is given to you as 2 centimeter. This length is given to you as 14 centimeter. This length is given to you as 10 centimeter, and this also as 10 centimeter. And you are to find out the area of this trapezium. Okay, first of all, in order to find out the area of trapezium, what do you need? You need the sum of the length of the parallel sides, right? So what are the parallel sides? Do you know the length of the parallel sides? Yes, you know. One is 14 centimeter, the other is 2 centimeter. You know the sum of the length, 14 plus 2, 16. So that is okay. What you don't know is you don't know the height. So what is the height here? This one, dm, is the height, right? So is it possible to calculate dn? Yes, it is possible to calculate dn. And how is it possible? But before calculating dm, I have one question for you. That can you tell me what kind of a trapezium this is? Can anyone tell me what kind of a trapezium this is? Anyone?
Sir, isosceles.
Isosceles trapezium, because if you see the non-parallel sides are equal, 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. Okay, so because they are, this is an isosceles trapezium, you can join this one also. This is also a height. You can call it n, right? Now, because this is an isosceles trapezium, these two triangles are going to be congruent to each other. Why are they congruent? Because if you see, the hypotenuse of these two triangles are both equal, 10 centimeter, right? Also, this angle here is 90 degree. This is a 90-degree angle, right? And also the heights, this is equal to this. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent, right? Can you tell me by what axiom they are congruent?
So side angle side.
Side angle side. No, not side angle side. RHS.
Angle side angle.
RHS.
Angle side
RHS. Right angle hypotenuse side. If you see, the hypotenuse are both equal to 10 centimeters. This one side is equal, and one right angle are equal. So RHS. These two triangles are congruent by RHS, right? So if these two triangles are congruent by RHS, therefore what can we say? Triangle D. I have not written this in the solution, but I'm writing it here. Okay, triangle DMA is congruent to triangle CND. You don't need to write the proof. Okay, you can write here RHS axiom. Therefore, what can we say? AM must be equal to NB by CPCT. Okay, so these two lengths are equal. Now, what can you write? If you see AM plus MN plus NB, this must be equal to 14 centimeter. This is given to you. So you write AM plus MN. What is MN? MN here is also 2 centimeters, right? Plus NB. Now, because NB is equal to AM, you can replace NB by AM. So what do you get? 2AM plus 2 is equal to 14. That means 2AM is equal to 14 minus 2. 2AM is equal to 12. That means AM must be equal to 6 centimeters. 12 by 2. So we have got this length. How much have we got? 6 centimeters. Now consider this right angle triangle. You know the length of the hypotenuse, you know the base of the triangle. Therefore, you can calculate the perpendicular DM. So you write in triangle DMA. Hypotenuse square which is, if you see in the figure, it is AD. AD square is equal to AM square plus MD square. Put the values. AM is 10, AD is 10. AM is 6, and MD or DM you need to find out. So that means 100 is equal to 36 plus MD square. That means 100 minus 36 is equal to MD square. That means MD square must be equal to 64. That means MD must be equal to square root of 64, which is equal to 8 centimeters. So we have got the height also. Hence, what is the area of the trapezium? This is the short for trapezium, TRAP. Is equal to half sum of the lengths of parallel sides into height. Now let's see what are the parallel sides here. The parallel sides here are AB and CD. So half AB plus CD. And the height here is MD or DM. Now just put the values. What are the parallel sides? AB is 14, DC is 12. And height we have found here as 8. Now put the values. Half 12 plus 2 into height is 8. So this is equal to half into 14 into 8. Cancel here. You get 56 centimeter square. Clear? Or any question? Okay, now these two triangles, remember, these two triangles will only be congruent if this trapezium is an isosceles trapezium. Otherwise, if it is not an isosceles trapezium, then these two triangles will not be congruent. Okay, very important. Fine. So,
Excuse me, sir.
tell me.
Sir, if we will do it by step, first right angle triangle, then the rectangle area we can add, then it is right.
Even then, yes, you can do that. But even then, you'll have to calculate DM. Okay. Even then, you will have to calculate DM. You are saying that you will calculate the area of the triangles and then add it with the area of the rectangle. That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is also correct. You can do that, but even then you will have to you will be required to calculate the height. Normally, the method that you are saying, we apply it for the normal trapezium, which are not isosceles. Okay. Let us move on to circles. A circle has a center. Okay. And if you take any point on the circle and take the distance of the center from that point, then this distance is called the radius R. It is denoted by R. Okay. So what is the radius? Any distance of any point on the circle from the center of the circle is called the radius. In fact, you can take a point here also. This will also be a radius. You can take any point on the circle. Okay. This will be R. Now, in order to find out the area of a circle, you will require the radius. If you know the radius, you can find out the area of the circle. You can also find out the perimeter of the circle. Now, the perimeter of the circle is also called the circumference of the circle. Okay. Perimeter is the length of the boundary of the circle. That is also called the circumference of the circle. You can calculate the circumference of the circle if you know the radius of the circle. For example, in case of a rectangle, in order to calculate the area of a rectangle, what all you should know? Can anyone tell me what all you should know to calculate the area of a rectangle? What all you should know in this rectangle to calculate the area?
So the length and the breadth.
Length and breadth. You must know both, right? If you know length and breadth, you can calculate the area of the rectangle. You can also calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. So you need two things in case of a rectangle, the length and breadth, in order to calculate the area. But for a circle, you only need the radius. If you know the radius of the circle, you can calculate its area and you can also calculate its perimeter. Okay. Let us now come to the formula for area of a circle. Area of a circle is, last year also I mentioned, area of a circle is pi r square. And circumference or perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. Okay. Now, normally the value of pi that we take is 22/7. But it is not an exact value. Okay. Do you know that pi is an irrational number? Do you know that? How many of you know that pi is an irrational number? If pi is an irrational number, then how can we take the value as a fraction? Because we approximate that irrational number to a rational number. So we normally take the value of pi as 22/7, or we take as 3.142. Okay. Or we take as 3.14 also. Sometimes in the problem it is specified, take pi is equal to this. If in the problem it is specified, take pi is equal to 3.14, you will not take pi is equal to 22/7. Okay, you will not take this. You will only take 3.14. If in the problem it is specified, take pi is equal to 22/7, then you will not take these two. Clear?
Yes, sir.
But if nothing is mentioned, then you can take the value of pi to be 22/7. Okay, if nothing is mentioned, you can take these also, depending on the convenience of calculation. Normally we work with fractions, 22/7, because working with fractions is a little easier. Calculation of with the help of fractions is a little easier. That is why if nothing is mentioned, you take the value of pi as 22/7. That is recommended. But if you are convenient if it is convenient for you, you can take the value of as 3.142 also. You can take the value of 3.14 also. But normally we take 22/7. Let us come to a problem here. The question here is, find the circumference of the circle whose area is 144 pi. So area of the circle is given. 144.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Piyush is saying that he is going to school, that's why he cannot attend the
Okay.
class.
Yes. Okay. 144 pi. Okay. Area of the circle is given to you as 144 pi. Also, what do you know the formula for area? Area you know as pi r square. This is the formula for area. Therefore, these two must be equal. Pi r square must be equal to 144 pi. So therefore, r square, you can find out the radius from here. 144 pi by pi. So these two pi's are going to cancel. So you get r is equal to square root 144, which is equal to 12 centimeters. So what you see is that area was given to you. From area, you are calculating the radius. And now the question is find the circumference. So once you have found out the radius from the area, now you can calculate the circumference. Circumference C is equal to 2 pi r. 2, because see, everything is given in terms of pi, area is also given in terms of pi. You don't need to put the value of pi. Let it be pi into r here is 12. So circumference is 24 pi. Okay. So you can do the other way also. If circumference is given, can you calculate the area? Can you?
Sir, we will not put the value of pi.
If you want, you can put, but because area here is given in terms of pi, so you will express circumference also as pi. Understood? If you want, you can put, no problem. You can put 22/7 and calculate. Yes, if circumference is given, can you calculate the area of a circle? My question to you. If circumference is given, can you calculate the area of a circle?
Yes, sir.
How?
Yes, sir.
You will first find out the radius. From the circumference, you will first find out the radius. And then once you calculate the radius, you can find out the area. Okay, so that is it. Next is circular ring, area of a circular ring. I have discussed this back in class 8 also, and I told you back then that this is very important. If you have a circular ring, and you have a circle on the outside and you have a circle on the inside. Okay, and you have the same center. These two are also called concentric circles. You know what is concentric circles? Con means same. In English, con means same. So you have heard about the word term con man. Con man means same man, duplicate man, okay, or fake person. Okay, so con means same. So concentric means two circles sharing the same center. So this circular ring the ring is actually this area. The circular ring is composed of two circles which have the same center. If I take this radius as small r and the radius of the outer circle as capital R, then area of the shaded part also called as a circular ring is equal to area of the outer circle, which is pi capital R square, minus area of the inner circle, pi small r square. Now if you take pi common, you get pi r square minus r square. Now you remember this formula, okay? Area of a circular ring is pi capital R square minus small r square. With the help of this formula, we are going to work out the problems. So look at the next problem. The area of a circular ring enclosed between two concentric circles is 286. So circular ring, that means the area of the shaded part is given to you, right? 286 centimeter square. If only I could just draw. Fine. So area of this part is given to you. How much is it given? 286 centimeter square. This area is given. Find the radii of the two circles given that the difference is 7 centimeter. You need to find the radius of the smaller circle and the radius of the outer circle. So I start by saying let the radii of the inner and outer circles be small r and capital R respectively. Okay. So I have this as my small r and I have this as my capital R. The difference of the radii is given. How much is difference given? Difference of the radii is 7 centimeter. Therefore, capital R minus R, obviously higher, greater minus smaller is the difference. R minus R is equal to 7 centimeters. So this is your first equation. Okay. Also, what is the area of the circular ring given? 286. Area of the circular ring is given to be 286. That means from the formula, what is the area of the circular ring? Pi capital R square minus small r square. This must be equal to 286. Right? Now, see r square minus r square from the difference of square formula, you can write this as r plus r into r minus r is equal to 286. Now, what is the value of r minus r? It is 7. Put it here. R plus r into 7 is equal to 286. Yes, any question? You can put the value of pi also. Nothing is mentioned. Yes, it is mentioned. You see, if you see, take pi is equal to 22 by 7. So we'll put 22 by 7. 22 by 7 into r plus r into 7. Try to put the value of pi at last every time. Okay. Try to make this a practice. Try to work with pi, and later just at the last, when you are doing the answer, when you are writing the answer, then put the value of pi. That's a very efficient way of working. Okay, so these two cancel. So you get 22 times r plus r is equal to 286. So you get r plus r is equal to 286 divided by 22. Now this will cancel 26 times. Sorry, 13 times it will cancel. 1, and this will cancel 13 times. So r plus r is equal to 13. This is your second equation. So you have formed your first equation and you have formed your second equation. You can solve these two simultaneous equations. R plus r is equal to 13. R minus r is equal to 7. Add the two equations. This will get cancelled. You get 2r is equal to 20. That means you get outer radius as 20 by 2, which is 10 centimeters. What about the inner radius? Subtract the two equations. Two r is equal to 6. Means you get r is equal to 6 by 2, which is equal to 3 centimeters. So your outer radius is 10 centimeters, inner radius is 3 centimeters. And that is your answer. That is what you are required to find. Any questions here? No question?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's now move on to semicircle. What do you mean by semicircle? Half the circle is called a semicircle. Okay. What should be the area and perimeter of a semicircle? We'll see. This is a semicircle. Semicircle also has a center. Okay. So if I call this as the radius of the semicircle, then this must be equal to r. If I call this point A and B, then OB is also equal to r and OA is also equal to r. Okay. First, area of a semicircle. Because a semicircle is half a circle, so half of pi r square is the area of the full circle divided by 2 is the area of a semicircle. Or pi r square by 2 is the area of a semicircle. Okay. Next is the length of the semicircular arc. This is very important. Length of the semicircular arc. If you see this arc here, AB, what is the length of this? What is the length of this? Half of the full arc, isn't it? Half of the length of the full circle. What is the length of the full circle? 2 pi r. So half of 2 pi r, which is pi r. So if you want to find only the length of the arc AB is denoted by this, length of the arc AB. Okay, is pi r. Clear with this? Or
Yes,
any
yes,
question?
sir.
Now you need to understand the difference between perimeter of a semicircle and the length of the arc. Perimeter of a semicircle. perimeter of a semicircle is the length of this arc here, AB. AB plus this length of here, this diameter, AB. All of you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So length of the arc AB, how much have we found out? Pi r. And what is the length of the arc AB? Anyone?
Sir, R square.
2r. Why r
No,
square?
2R.
2r. R plus r. So now from here you can take r common, get pi plus 2. Now this is the formula for perimeter of a semicircle. If you want, you can remember. It is not necessary to remember. Okay. What you can remember is the area of a semicircle. That also is, pi r square by 2. That is very easy to remember. You can remember the length of the semicircular arc. But perimeter formula you may or may not remember. Okay. It depends on you. Because when you're working out sums, you can always calculate this very easily. Perimeter of a semicircle. Okay. So let's see the next problem. If you read the problem, it says if the area of a semicircular region is 77 centimeter squares. Area of semicircular region means area of this. How much is it given? 77 centimeter square. Is 77 centimeter square. Find its perimeter. So you know the area of this, you have to find out the perimeter. How do you calculate? Very easily. Just if you remember the last we have done, if the area of a circle is given, how do you calculate the perimeter of circle? First you calculate the radius. Once you calculate the radius, then you move on to the perimeter of the circle, right? So exactly similarly, we are going to proceed here. So area of a semicircle is equal to pi r, half pi r square, or pi r square by 2. Therefore, what is it given here? Pi r square by 2 must be equal to 77. Since they have not mentioned the value of pi, you can take it as 22 by 7. So pi r square is equal to 77 into 2. Now you can put the value of pi as 22 by 7 into r square is equal to 77 into 2. So now you get 22 r square is equal to 77 into 2 into 7. So now you can find out r square. R square is equal to 77 into 2 into 7 divided by 22. So now you can cancel here. This will cancel 7 times. This will cancel 2 times. Cancel. You're getting r square is equal to 49, or you can simply write 7 square. Therefore, r is equal to square root of 7 square, which is equal to 7 centimeter. So you have found out the radius of the semicircle with the help of area. Now you can calculate the perimeter of the semicircle. How do you calculate the perimeter? Either you can, if you remember the formula, you can put it in directly in the formula, or what you can do is you can first calculate the length of the arc AB. Length of the arc AB. That is, length of the arc AB means this. You're calculating the length of this part. How much is the length of this part? Half 2 pi r. Okay, which is equal to pi r, which is equal to 7 pi. Let's not put the value of pi. When necessary, I'll put the value of pi. As I told you, always put the value of pi at last. Okay. Next, if you know the radius of this circle as 7 centimeter, that means this is 7 centimeter and this is 7 centimeter. That means what is AB here? Diameter?
14.
14. Diameter AB is equal to 2 into 7, 14 centimeter, or 7 plus 7. Hence, What is the perimeter of the semicircle?
8.
It is length of the arc AB plus AB, the diameter. Length of the arc AB is 7 pi, we have found out, and AB is 14. So your answer is 7 pi plus 14. Now you can put the value of pi. 7 into 22 by 7. Since nothing is mentioned, take pi is equal to this. You can take it as 22 by 7. So you get 22 plus 14, which is equal to 36 centimeters. And that's your answer. Okay, so I'll stop here.